I saw that in a good news thing, someone shot down the Chinese girl who they were gonna deport for being anti-Israel protests.
They shot her?
No, they didn't shoot her. They were like, "Hey, we're deporting."
They shot the plane.
They shot the plane. Yeah. No, they were like, "All right, you're getting deported because you're on a student visa and you're protesting Israel." And then some judge was like, "No, you can't do that. That's like a speech thing." So any of the free speech stuff, I'm
judgments
in favor of.
No, I don't.
Just opinions.
I don't.
That is true because, like, at the end of the day, a judge is like, "I don't like this," and they're like, "Oh, interesting, Mr. Judge. When are you sending your personal army to enforce that?" "Oh, wait, you don't have one."
Yeah. Judges ruled they couldn't send these guys to El Salvador. Yet there they are rotting.
Where's your Apache helicopter?
"Oh, you don't have an Apache helicopter? I've got 1,000 of them. I got so many, I just leave them to Afghanis to play with and have fun with." And what about loitering?
Well, look, those loiterers need to be. Marco Rubio said this today. All right. He will seek them out. He will find them wherever they loiter. And
the Secretary of State said that, huh? Okay.
Absolutely. And their absolutely. What he did say was he mentioned that student who got snatched up and having her visa like taken away and is like being sent wherever. They're like, "What about that?" And he's like, yeah, that's going to be happening a lot. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like he had that attitude about it.
When you insult Israel.
It is.
When you don't stand for Israel, we shut you down.
Well, you might want to lower your tone a little bit when you talk about the great nation of Israel.
Do you think Taylor looks a little foreign?
Not at all.
I think he's got a kind of a Sicilian twinge to him. I don't know.
I have no swarthiness to me. I am
fascista.
I am even whiter than you. Well, maybe not Kyle. I'm whiter than because you're very fair skinned.
Awfully pale. Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely would. If I were here on a student visa, essentially here at the pleasure of the United States government, I would shut the fuck up. And I would go to class. That's what I would do.
That is also what I would do. But
I wouldn't be going to any riots. I wouldn't be burning
under
any
the Trump
Teslas.
administration. I would, mind my P's and Q's. I didn't phrase it well at first. Yeah,
you know what that means? Like, you know where that little idiom or whatever comes from? Minding your P's and Q's.
Does it have to do with like the writing of the text of those two letters? I don't know. I need
giving it away a little bit. Let's just say that
I don't know. I'm guessing.
I'm going to help you a little. P and Q is short for something in both situations, so you need to mind your P's and your Q's. What are P's and Q's that should be minded? And keep in mind, this is it's sage advice that P's and Q's should be minded. What fits that mold, do you think?
I'm struggling with Q. What the fuck starts with Q that could be minded?
Imperial.
Your
last
quips?
Clue. Imperial.
Is it a quill pen reference?
Oh, your pounds and quarters? Is that it?
Close. Pints and quarts. It means you to watch your alcohol consumption.
Oh,
that's
okay.
I had no idea what I was saying. Quartz. Okay.
Yeah, P's and Q's.
Damn it, I was almost there.
Yeah,
that's it. That is a fun fact. It's rare that you actually get a good one like that.
My mind was racing.
Oh yeah, not 2 or 3 times a week.
I wasn't saying you. I was saying it was rare that a fun fact is actually fun, and I enjoyed that one.
My mind was racing to like old-timey fonts where P's and Q's needed to be carefully formed. I couldn't get
calligraphy font where it's not
P's and Q's for
mind your P's. It's like dot your I's and cross your T's, and I was just like, what is it about P's and Q's that are so much trickier than the other letters? That's where my head was.
I guess pints and quarts. Well, what do you drink by the quart?
Well, in olden times,
other than me and milk.
I'm thinking a good mead. That's what I'm imagining. A nice honeyed mead.
I've never had mead. I don't.
Dude, I see these fucking like douchebags on YouTube making mead, and I'll be like, yeah, I bet that's delicious. And then I fucking snap myself back into reality and remind myself that there's no way it tastes as good as Dr. Pepper or like apple juice or like
well, no
anything
shit.
that's
Not
supposed to actually taste good.
No alcoholic beverage is gonna hold a candle like Diet Pepsi when it comes to flavor itself.
Meat is interesting though. There's this part in Robin Hood, the OG one with Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman's a Moor, so he's a Muslim, and everybody's drinking. Robin Hood, the merry men, everybody's getting drunk as shit, having a good old time. Yeah.
Morgan Freeman is a Moor. Weren't the Moors Arabs?
Yes, and therefore Muslim. Well, they were fighting the Crusades, and they're probably in Turkey or some shit. But anyway, Robin Hood offers him some booze. Kevin Costner with a terrible English accent. He's like, "Come on, we're all drinking or whatever." And he's like, he quotes the Quran, and it's something like, "Allah forbids that I drink the fermented product of wheat or grain or barley or whatever or grape." And he says, "This is made of honey." And they both like, "Oh shit!" And then it's like breaking it as like loophole. Like I don't understand.
That's a sick loophole
for religions. I don't get it. Like, you're not the guy that you're supposedly like tricking is the master of the universe. You fools! Like this sounds like some fairy tale shit. You sound like you're at the middle of a fairy tale right before God shows up and throws you into a dungeon or something for working on the Sabbath or eating shrimp or wearing
mixed fabrics. Or that's where you'll see like the Orthodox Jews be like, "We're not supposed to leave our houses on Shabbos, which is Saturday. And so we tied a bunch of strings to the light poles, and then a rabbi decreed that this is an extension of our home because it's enclosed, and now I can go get a nice corned beef sandwich." And it's like, all right, well, this isn't really in the spirit of the rule, but whatever, have fun. Yeah.
What's that place?
And I'm in favor of that. If that helps them get more corned beef sandwiches or pastrami, then
it's a cause you can get behind.
You are getting dangerously close to a Guatemalan prison.
What?
I hear these anti-Semitic little taunts. Trust me, I hear the dog whistle.
Have you been cataloging them as well?
Your pastrami and corned beef sandwich talk. All right.
You don't like pastrami and corned beef?
Actually, no, I don't like it. You ever been to? I think it's called Katz Deli in New York, the really famous one.
That's if I went to New York, that would be like one of my first stops. Is I want to get one of those giant, delicious sandwiches from Katz.
I went with a Jew, and he ordered for me, and it was tremendous. It was tremendous. It was so good.
He ordered for you? Wait, what did he get you?
Well, he told me what to get. It's been a decade, but I'm sure it was probably corned beef or pastrami. It was a big meaty sandwich. I remember. I don't know. That's all I remember. I remember being very good. I remember being big and meaty, and I remember that it was that movie deli. I think it's been in a lot of movies.
Okay, well, that's probably Katz then. I worked with a Jewish guy years ago, and he wanted us to go to lunch at this Jewish deli, and I was like, "Oh, okay, nice. Like, Jews are fucking sick at delis." And then I got there, but it was breakfast time. It was like a late breakfast thing, not a lunch thing. And I saw on the menu they were serving bacon, and even though I ordered the bacon, it was still a feeling of like commit, like you guys are only 1 foot in to this, because I bet Katz doesn't have ham, right? They're probably all in on delicious
absolutely
beef.
They do. No.
Oh, they do? Oh, no.
There's no way that place is halal isn't the right kosher.
Kosher, yeah.
There's no way they're kosher. I'm sure they had pork there. I mean, maybe
I thought the real Jewish delis would be like mostly pushing the tasty beefs.
I think they are more interested in the money that they'll get from selling.
Do you think that?
Yeah,
wow.
that they could get from. I mean, you're gonna have a hard time selling sandwiches.
If Kyle thinks I'm not telling the rest of the Signal chat about these thoughts of his, that he's mistaken.
No gabagool! No gabagool!
I'm texting JD. Right now.